We've just learned how to expose a picture correctly using the shutter speed. Next, we're going to learn how to use the aperture. Inside every single camera lens, there is a tiny little hole. Aperture is the size of that hole. When we have a lower aperture number, or if you remember the F number, that hole is bigger. When we have a higher F number, that hole is smaller. If we think about it, a bigger hole is going to let more light onto the sensor and result in a brighter image. A smaller hole is going to let less light and make a darker image. Point your camera out towards a well-lit area. Before we get started, I'd like you to set your shutter speed to 200 and your aperture to 8, just like we did right at the start of this course. Now, while you're looking out over your view, hold your camera up to your eye, half press the shutter, and have a look at the exposure meter. Now, whilst looking through your camera's viewfinder, I want you to slowly adjust your aperture up and down to higher and lower numbers. Try going as low as it'll go, try going as high as it'll go. And just note that as your aperture goes up, as the number gets higher, that exposure meter is getting darker, and as the aperture gets lower, the exposure meter is getting higher or brighter. As a little exercise, I just want you to take a load of photographs. Just mess around with your aperture. Before you take the picture, make a note of what the exposure meter reads. Does it read minus, 0 or plus? Then have a look at the pictures on the back of your camera. You should find that just like shutter speed, the aperture is adjusting the brightness and your exposure meter is telling you whether that picture will be too bright and too dark. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to use the aperture and the shutter speed together.